Haha, it's here. It's Death and Dishonor. And my throat is hurting like hell, but hey, DLC, I've been waiting for this a long time. I'm really excited. Is very short overview of what the DLC does. Adds a lot of crap in the Balkans. That's the shortest description I could give. I'm so sorry. Really excited, having not done nothing yet. To make a very long story, really short, I think, if I remember correctly, most Austria, Czechoslovakia, Hungary, Romania, Yugoslavia, and Bulgaria got a complete overhaul. And our focus trees technologies also adds some new overviews in war and a new mechanical land lease system. But I think we all know what needs to be done, which is the restoration of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. And the pauses are my throat pain kicking in. But we're going to play as Hungary because Austria doesn't seem that interesting. And we got a 3-2 now. Yeah, you know. And let's do this. So I have nothing planned for this. I just kind of decided on a whim that we go for Austria-Hungary because why the hell not? I think it's one of the easier things there is. Just had a brain fart. I thought to myself I could do this on an Iron Man, but you know, Iron Man in general is actually a very bad idea because crashes. But let's enjoy that little native sound. Alright. So I'm running nomads. As you can notice, everything is like colorless, bland, and grey. I never noticed that there's reddish borders here. Anyway. There are two things we can do. We have a little bit of communism and fascism here. We got some industrial... I'll look deeper in these trees later. We got some industrial tree here. Alright, which leads into an air focus tree. This both connects to each other, but then we've got a little bit of an army here. Secret rearmament. Very nice. Of course, we have the treaty going on. We are not allowed to rearm, same as Germany. Now, there are two choices we can make. We can go for a balanced budget, strengthen, and go for a monarchist, or perhaps even just veer off into fascism. Or we can go for economic intervention, which either leads to fascism or communism. Oh, baby. So, we're going for Austria-Hungary. So we can either go, and we've got a democracy here, but who gives a shit about a democracy? We're going to be one of the stronger alliances in the world. And yeah, so they're Greater Hungary. Nah, that's not it. No. Austria-Hungary, that's gonna be it. So we're gonna go down this tree. But before that, I think I should fix the industry first. But first of all, let's balance the... let's see, this gives me some data support for unaligned. This gives me some national unity, which is not, you know... this would allow me to do what now? Political power gain plus 20%. We can create factions. Government auto assumes the Hungarian crown. This is, I think, the last emperor, or the emperor of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, which was kicked out of the throne, kicked off the throne after the First World War, and the Austro-Hungarian Empire just fell apart, and we're just going to reunify him back with that. But I think we go for industrial. We need an army and we need an industry. So we'll go for first, we'll balance the budget so we can get some political power going on. We still got the Treaty of Trianon, which has some population modifier, plus we cannot build military factories. We are a disarmed nation, which puts us in a bit of a peach. It's gonna be as easy as it normally was to do this, but hey, we've got a 4-star general with reconnaissance, and let's take a look at what kind of force we have. We got the, I'm not gonna pronounce that. We got the Hussar cavalry divisions. Now I'm gonna switch the divisions we have here all over to infantry. Never been a big fan of the Hussars or cavalry in general. I think they're really useful for suppression, but that's about it. And I need low priority, a couple more divisions. In total, we need 8. Let's do about 4. I'll add a unit. There we go. All right, that's set up. Research. Let's take a look at the icons. We've got some interesting stuff here. We've got the FEG, or FEGs, I guess. I don't know what it stands for. Does it say here? Nope. No, it doesn't. We've got a Danuvias. These look really interesting. That looks awesome. Nice. We've got the 38M Bodons. We've got some mechanized, which apparently is not classified as anything. Apparently they couldn't find anything right there. Let's look at the lower armors. We got the V3s and V4s lights and the 34Ms. You've got tanks. They look weird. They look really unique. This thing looks like it's not really bouncy or really trolley turret, but I have to admit this looks really strange. I like this one, the Toldi 3. Looks like a cute little tanky. We have none of that. So apparently Hungary has no navy. Oh, what a surprise! I've got some aircraft here, WMs. RMIs, RMI, WM, RMI, so I don't know what it stands for. But we've got it. And this is your standard engineering tree, of course. Didn't add any text, by the way, it just adds... The reason I'm looking through this is because that always adds a lot more flavor to the game. Now, first of all, I'm going to do a standard... Oh, this is a bad infrastructure. You know what? Okay, let's just up this all by 1, and then we'll start building the infrastructure that I want. We've got to work at 3 civilian here. You're joking. They already have the balance that I want. Well, in that case, max the fuck out and just dump some factories on it afterwards. Alright, we need some infantry equipment. We need a little bit of support equipment. I need to take a look at what kind of shit's in our... Okay, so we don't need support equipment. And I'm gonna rebalance this real quick before I go crazy. Alright. So we actually don't need support equipment. So I can go fully focus on getting infantry equipment out there, which is not too bad. Here we have the new trade window overview, which is still... It's better. It's not the best. It's a nice overview. I got a lot of aluminium, so I'm expecting actually getting in some trade. And I think we're going to try to buddy up with the Germans again. We had some great experience with it before. And actually, now that I mention it, we did not have that a great experience in the First World War with Germany. They did a lot of work for us, but they eventually let us down. So they lost us the war, and we lost our empire through them. So we're just going to try to carve out something new in here. And I might do that with the Germans. Actually, that's the thing here. I'm thinking, like, one hand, I could betray the Germans and join the Allies and take Italy, because I want this land here back and all that kind of stuff. On the other hand, I don't want to join the Allies. Just to make a very short story even shorter. And I'm not really fond of communism that much right now, and so I think we should reinstate the old alliance. So yeah, let's get our steel from Germany. So you might think, what does it matter where you get your steel from? Well, I am boosting their economy, so I prefer to plan this out early, so I know which economy I am boosting. Now, I noticed a couple of terrain feature changes. They made it a lot easier to spot what kind of terrain stuff is. So clearly mountains, hills, and this would be then plains, forests, so there's a bit more relief. So it's easier to see what kind of terrain to expect. Alright. Oh, right, the new air system. So I stopped following the Dev Diaries about 2 weeks ago, so I haven't seen the new air system. So clicking on this is interesting for me. It's nice that I can see the operational range of these aircraft. That's really awesome. I am gonna dump you here, both of you. Ooh, this looks funky. Okay, so what is the problem? Okay, so it shows me the regions I cannot reach. It says Warren Air Wing has no coverage. So I'm gonna just see... Okay, so this is the new overview. I can actually keep an eye on this. Enemy missions... Okay, this is gonna get confusing for me, and it will take me a little while to get to grips, but I think we're ready to go. Let's speed 5 this mother, and yeah, let's start stacking our forces on the border, and let's get a nice little thing going. And we're gonna buddy up with them eventually. We're gonna just, you know, improve relations if possible and all that kind of stuff. But we're gonna just fight for a lot of stuff here. Anyway, let's see. We got no longer says. Oh, that's wow. This menu is really confusing me for now. All right, so we want to fly over the Alpine region. So you're all set up on the Alpine region, and I need to select your priorities here. But I don't know what you are. You're a fighter. You're a close air support. And you're a bomber. So with here I can see all their flight ranges. So my bombers, I do like the circles. This gives me a lot better overview, and then the reddening of zones that are just not within access. It gives me a lot better overview. The Alpine region is like barely reachable, so I noticed like 50% of it is reachable, and it kind of shows here like, yeah, 45% is due to lack of range. That's actually pretty awesome. I just don't like this window popping up like immediately when I'm clicking on a region. This gives him some nice information, but well, probably have to get used to it. Alright, well anyway, we've got that set up. Let's take a look at, we'll deploy you in Budapest, and you'll be joining this army. I want to take a look at we've got a large deficiency. It's gonna take 100 days before we even start training new soldiers. And oh, we've also got no manpower, so it will take a lot longer. Let's see, how much do we have in use? Oh, that's also a new feature that I really like. We can actually see how much manpower, this is estimated manpower that's left, okay? And we think the Austrians have about 15.4 to 21.8k manpower left. It still doesn't show how much manpower they have in the field, which is that's the number I want. That's the only number I want. I just realized something. Germany is going to be a dick, and they're going to be trying to take back Austria as well. So we might need to go quickly and strengthen the monarchists, invite the Habsburg prince, and demand a referendum. So this is going to be like one of those safe moments that I'm going to choose. So the militarization of the Rhineland happened. We balanced the budget. And we're going to strengthen the monarchists. So I don't know what determines the popularity of any of this. Can I like start volunteering? No, I can't. Okay. What do I need to break that treaty? Probably need to get the secret rearmament. I found one here, re-announced the treaty, but it requires me to go fascist. Out of that, I might need to go to war or something. Anyway, yeah, we're strengthening the monarchists, and let's see, military dockyard, captain of the industry. I like it. Let's get him. Build those roads, and those factories are gonna take forever to build. Oh, we're losing a lot. Wait, we only own 8 factories. We're a tiny nation. Let's see. Interwar fighter, coast support aircraft, and I don't care about my bombers. National Spain declared war on Spain. We're gonna go for mechanized computing or mechanical computing. The Spanish Civil War. Now we all know this. The communists and the fascists, or socialists and fascists, or socialists and nationalists are fighting each other. These guys are called themselves Republicans, but they are definitely not. Consider like you kind of compare it with the U.S. Republicans. All right. So this is like the remaining manpower. I'd hope that this number will be the amount of forces we estimated them to have in field. Yes, but division says nothing. Alright, that's a quick one. Strengthening the monarchist. And we're going to elect a king. I think in the meantime, we should start buddying up with the Austrians. You know, get them back on our side. Because I think it's going to be important that they at least like us. Currently, we are not okay with each other's existence. We could request license productions. Of course, this is something new from the nod. You might not have the technology. Somebody else in your faction has, but you still want, like, tanks, for example. You're in Germany's faction, you never did any tank research. But you're in Germany's faction and you're like, well, I would fancy myself an armored core. Then why spend years and years researching that dastardly technology while the Germans have already perfected it? Well, why don't you just produce... Bless you. Bless you. If you heard that 3 times. That was my girlfriend sneezing fairly loudly. Always the professional here. Always the professional. Definitely never... Always... Well, never mind. Anyway, let's continue. Oh man, it's gonna take forever to get the equipment up and running. Oh wait, we already have the equipment? We just don't have any manpower to even supply these divisions with men. Oh, that's gotta be troublesome. War with them is not into... Oh god. Oh god. Right. This is really interesting, but... Okay, I need somehow to get rid of the treaty. I need to figure out how to do that. War industrialist, smooth recovery, fascist, democratic, solid workhorse, political power against really nice. Unaligned, improve relations opinion plus 50%. Might be useful, but it's not really what I was looking for. We might be running into an early war, and also infantry experts are really good. We just elected a king, so I think we might go and we'll invite the Habsburgian prince, which gives us a lot of 20% political power gain, allows us to create a faction and gets us a prince back on the throne. Now, I need to keep an eye on Germany. If they start reoccupying the Rhineland, I wish I could just tell the system that keep an eye on me for certain political agendas, because I need to start my focus before they do. So when they start reoccupying the Rhineland, I need to start at the same time getting Habsburg, either through war or something else. It's one or the other. Alright, what do we do this? Oh, we got a lot of research issues. Never mind. You are still being produced though without rubber, so wooden wheels takes the cake. Who cares? Don't care about that, don't care about that, don't bother me with it. Invite the Habsburgian prince. Otto assumes the Hungarian crown. In search of a suitable king, the Kingdom of Hungary extended an invitation to Otto von Habsburg to return into the lands that were until recently ruled by his family. Otto, lived in exile throughout Western Europe since the end of the Great War and the dissolution of his father's empire, just accepted the offer. Today, amidst much of fanfare celebration, he was crowned King of Hungary in a solemn ceremony at the Royal Palace in Budapest. During his coronation speech, King Otto thanked the Hungarian people for their loyalty and devotion and vowed to see Habsburg's land reunited once more, promising that this time Hungary would be the dominant constituent part. No longer a kingdom in name. There we go. Now let's start trying to get rid of a lot of stuff. So let's get secret rearmament. Because I would like to know a lot of stuff. So this is infantry equipment 1. Like Germany, you wouldn't accept, but you have nothing of interest to me. Austria is even less. Do you have any unique focus tree by now there, Austria? No. You still stick with a common one, so everybody still assumes that Austria doesn't survive this war. So let's take a look. Do you have... Yes, you have a focus tree now. Very interesting. We'll take a look at all these nations over the coming weeks. With series and other things. Oh, these all finish at the same time. Very, very lovely. Oh, quaint. Oh, that's new. Oh, right. Improved infantry. So... a Panzer IV-A can be easily modified to be Panzer IV-C. That's kind of what this does. Instead of just buying an entire new Panzer IV, why not modify the existing one? Because the difference between certain model types is literally the difference between setting spaced armor or something along those lines on the tanks. So why would I build an entirely new tank just for spaced armor? So that's a very logical thing that they just did. And Habsburg restored. Very good. Secret rearmament, which allows me a little bit of population. Demand the right to rearm. What is Germany doing? You've got no national focus. We're gonna wait a little bit. Germany. Ah, you go for industry effort. I'm still good. So we're gonna go for war games. Get a little bit of army experience. Our infantry immediately got eaten, of course. Wait, you got the manpower? That means that these guys should have the manpower that they need. Current manpower 53%. So you do have a lack of manpower. Yeah, then why did it go towards the troops that need to be newly deployed? These are all low equipment priority. Is manpower always put in new troops? In that case, F you. Supply the goddamn army first, if you don't mind. Be lovely to see them in the field before, you know, these are the guys I have. Will be a lot more lovely than the guys I don't have. It's good for my national unity, getting Habsburgs in power. Good for a lot of things. Now, does this allow me to do anything? No. This gives me some army experience. Let's see what this does for me. What is Germany doing? Army innovations. Alright, you're just gonna go that way? Good. So Germany is going to be the big guy I need to keep an eye upon. This tree would let me to, let's see, protecting Czechoslovakia, which gives me a claim Transylvania, march to the shore. I will most likely get into war with Germany. Either that, I need to assure that I join, and then Germany is not able to do these. Interesting theory, but I think it's just that, a theory. I'm gonna save my points. Do I? Nah, let's get infantry equipment and designer. Improve machine tools, very good. That should increase some of the production. I'm not doing conversions at all. I won't do anything like that anytime soon. I don't need special forces, but I would like to get at least some support companies up and running eventually. Okay, let's take a look, because reinforcements. Yes, why is this not considered an important part of reinforcements? I thought it always was. Did you change something, Paradox? Now we're somehow asking Romania for this, so we might want to buddy up with them a little bit. Do they have like hold the ropes on this one? King Carol. Alright. This just went up. So Romania got the question, would we allow them to rearm or not? Okay, so I can't do naval warfare before I have a naval coast. That makes a lot of sense. So I'm gonna wait a little bit. Hindenburg disaster. Alright. We managed to secure the Romanian support for a partial revision of the Treaty of Trianon. All restrictions on our military have been removed. International arms inspectors have left the country, and the War Ministry was drawn up initial plans for a modest expansion of our armed forces. Great. Very good. So that's pretty grand, to be honest. Let's see, what are the Germans doing? Treaty with users are good. That means that I have room to... Well, let's get the trucks. I don't know what else to do right now. Get some artillery, because that's one of these things I want to add on as well. Get a little bit of industrial revolution. I'm just realizing something. I just saw it in the corner of my eye. Yugoslavia notes This is a note of protest. Yugoslav ambassador has transmitted the following note. The government of Yugoslavia is watching the recent developments in the Kingdom of Hungary with grave concern. The Treaty of Trianon has long been a guarantee for peace and stability in the region. While the Yugoslavian government accepts in principle that nations should be permitted to choose their own destiny, we must urge the government of the Kingdom of Hungary to be the strongest possible terms to abide by the treaty. Consequences of destabilizing the region any further will be quickly uncontrollable. That's good for them, but I don't give a shit. To make a long story short, fuck you. Yeah, I noticed something in the corner of my eye, that the railroad integration here, one infrastructure in all 3 regions. So that means I can stop this one. There we go. And lower this. And it's actually end of the Spanish Civil War. Alright. Now, as long as they're not remilitarizing the Rhineland, we're gonna go and get down this tree, because it seems that we've got some benefits going on here by reintegrating the railroads. Get some friendly opinion with the Austrians. Can I see how long this will take to push a load of information about how to have already achieved an initial focus revolt? Can I give you a quite whoa there. Wait, they're already remilitarized? I must have missed that. Anyway. I think I'm running a day behind. Which is risky. Yeah, we're running incredibly similar though. No. Anschluss, which requires 500,000 forces in the field. I gonna dare it and reintegrate the railroads. Our innovation's good. Leadership purges in the Soviet Union. Alright, Soviet Union's gotta purge their leadership. Not really my preferred decision, but modify the government. Well, it's time for volunteers, and we've got a few people ready to join, and I'm actually not going to do that. Just going to make these divisions mildly bigger. No, not a new group of that, just infantry, and there we go. And now it actually does notice that I need more. Nope, it did for a second, but it now doesn't. It's going to eat a lot of my required manpower, and I just want to grow a little bit. So these divisions are now a lot better. You're training your divisions. Well, next 150 points will be going into getting the limited conscription up and running. Getting 2.5% of the populace will be fairly nice. Now, after this one, we'll definitely go and get more support for the we're gonna save the game because I want to be ensured that this is going to go right, and we're gonna make the decision. We'll try to do the there we go. No national focus sets. I gotta be earlier than you. We've got to demand a referendum. Actually, before I do this, so HoI4, write this correctly here. Austria. Oh, come on, I can't write for shit today. Hungary. LP 1. I need a minor bracket there, otherwise I go crazy. Save. Right. Demand a referendum. And technical. Good. So the Germans are not interfering with this one. The Marco Polo Bridge incident. So the Chinese and Japanese tensions are growing. And a sneeze. And you definitely can't hear that one. It's time that we start focusing on some doctrines, and we don't have that much manpower, so I would like to get a lot of integration coming. We might have a potential industry, but I'm also going to research some fighters, because I think it's important that we at least have a half-proper air force, and I've got to ignore the entire armor side of things. I'm still going to try bodying up with the Germans. I think it's the best idea with chance we have. A lot of our focusers are actually hell-bent on pissing off the Germans, taking Austria, restoring protecting Czechoslovakia, like offering a guarantee. And then we've got a couple of claims of war that we can do and then restore the empire. I don't think we can stand against the Germans, because that would be, well, suicidal, I think, at best. But at least this would be a decent attempt. The compensated rearmament has been removed because it's no longer being fulfilled. We are clearly rearming. And I don't think it's a bad thing. We're gonna wait to the end of November till this one is getting filled up, and then we're gonna do the research because I want to get as much. I think it's slightly exponential. It's not just a purely day increase. Well, you're 600 days overdue, so you add 600 days more. I think there's a slight increase in that one. Right, we've demanded the referendum, so we need to kind of wait for the result. Refused. Italy announces the claims of Yugoslavian territory. Speaking of the population of the Balkan coast, Benito Mussolini has announced that one. Japanese built on Chinese border, and the referendum failed. We shall see how we get annex war goal or democracy at work. Well, we are not that fond of democracy, so bam, annex war goal, declare the war. You see, we ask you nicely, but we are not averse to warfare. And the blood agreement is now completely gone. That's surprising. Japan declared war on China. Austria denies a referendum. Austria has outright rejected the Hungarian calls for a referendum, despite Hungary's increasing belligerence. The latter has accused the Austrian government of flagrantly disregarding the democratic rights of the people. They have stated they will not shy away from use of force to protect the Austrian people's desire to be reunited by their Hungarian brethren. Both sides have now begun to mobilize and war seems inevitable. I don't want to spoil this newspaper article, but I think your lines are a bit slow because I'm already at war. The Chinese United Front forms as a counter to the Japanese threat invading the Chinese. They rather stand united than alone. Is that a big surprise? No, not really. Now, Austria, if you'll be so kind, don't bleed as much manpower as you can, please, and we are doing something. It's not really well, but we're making progress. I think that's kind of what is important here. The attack on Vienna is going to be fairly difficult, but support will arise soon. We'll get some more of a surround on the city, and then we'll start going in proper. We're missing equipment production. The tactical bombers is I don't give a shit. We'll go for the domestic one first. And sorry, I forgot about that one. Not the smartest one. We're missing equipment production. Yes, well. Okay. That attack would hopefully be done soon-ish. We're gonna want a three-pronged attack here. I think that's gonna be fairly grand. Alright, let's get some armored cavalry. Is not gonna do me much. Army offense. Nice solid bonus here to add in, and there we go, the unselusive. Okay, so with that, we're gonna get a loading of the game, because my wall wasn't quick enough, and Austria managed to get unschlossed by the Germans. Well, let's try that again. Now, in the meantime, what we're gonna do is gonna also boost. Well, we're our full 100% popularity, so are the chances just not that high that they will accept? Well, let's find out. It is a nah, we're gonna wait on that one. What did I research last time? Did I go for this? I have no idea. I have no idea what I did. Right. Superior firepower doctrine. We don't have the army experience to do this, so... Like a Bolo Bridge incident. Well, this might help actually, getting it a little bit early. Alright, well, Germany apparently managed to Anschluss the Austrians before we did, and hopefully gonna be as friendly as always. Like, well, we will just request a license of production for some. I think they will not accept anything. Basic infantry equipment. So this allow me to produce that. I think I hopefully just boost the friendliness even further. Like, oh my god, we're doing so well, and improve relations. Let's see if that makes any effort whatsoever. Doesn't really look like it. Okay, so you just build, which is positively for us. And we're gonna get. So hopefully, I don't want to train. See, that's the problem we've got right here. We've got available planes and reserves. Well. Interesting and all. Twin engined, singular engine. This doesn't show me. These are not the best icons, but sure, we'll deal with it. My fighters can. How do I control these wings? Ah, there we go. I actually don't want those. Can I? There we go. Alright, modified government. Let's get this chief of army. No, we need the limited conscription. Alright. Hold a referendum. Demand a referendum. Italy announces the claims. We demanded a referendum. And we'll immediately go for supporting domestic industry. It took for a day. Oh! Okay, so that's a completely different result. Very nice. And we of course won over. We probably get some weird... Yeah. These are actually better than these. Come up with 20, come up with 18, but they do have that one. So if we're gonna balance this out, infantry costs me 5, gets a better thingy. So this is called infantry division. All right, well I can do that. So let's go for infantry divisions. Bam. Yes, that means we need to start producing some support equipment. So let's do that. All right, get some support equipment. Like we've gotten again no military factories, which is disheartening, to say the least. I need one of you guys to become something else. That's my phone. And you... Yugoslavia wasn't really happy with me, so piss off. And yeah, I don't know what to do with you just yet, but I think I'm gonna change these guys into mountaineers. Got Panyagas. Okay, and on that one can go. Infantry type 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh god. And these can all just buzz off. There we go. Very nice. Alright. Got some more manpower. A lot of stuff. I think these guys deserve to be a green army now. Nice dark green. There we go. Austria votes to unite with Hungary. At the insistence of Hungarians, Austria has carried a referendum and the possible reunification of the two nations under a Habsburg crown. The final count has almost been completed, but it's already clear that a landslide victory for the reunification camp. No irregularities in the voting process have been reported, and the Austrian government has found itself obliged to reform into a regional government of the Hungarian state. Though the move is greatly welcomed by the Hungarian public, the political repercussions of the referendum will likely be felt keenly throughout Europe. Our brotherly ties have not been forgotten. So with that, I'm actually going to end the episode. I want to thank all of you for watching and see you guys next time. Have a very good day. Bye bye.